Thurles as the Moycarty Boris Pipers Band strike up our national anthem. A capacity crowd, but now a hush falls on that crowd because there is a minute of silence as a mark of respect of the late Jimmy Marr of Boherland, one of the great Tipperary goalkeepers of the past, who died during the week in the immediate process. Silence broken now as the teams on the field are out in position. The backs are gone back into their positions, the forwards in theirs. The Limerick man came from right to left with a slight breeze in the first half. Dr. Morris, Archbishop of Cashel, to throw in the ball. Limerick people might think that would favour them, but don't forget that Kerry man threw in the ball at the final of the Munster Football Championship. The minor results: Tipperary 5 goals and 12 points, Limerick 5 goals and 4. And Nick Roche takes a shot for Tipperary in the first seconds of the game, and it's just barely gone wide. Both sides playing as selected. No changes. Limerick in their green jerseys, Tips in their blue jersey with the gold hoop across the centre. And the Limerick goalkeeper, Seamus Horgan, to take the puck out into the centre of the field. Lolo Dwyer taps it down, pulled on by Sean Foley, out to the far side of the field. Tapped down out there by Len Gaynor for Tip. Out down near the far sideline, Richie Bennett going out all alone. He's 50 yards out. He's trying to get the ball up in his stick. He steadies up, but his puck is knocked down by the incoming Len Gaynor. And the ball breaks loose into the centre of the field. Tyke O'Connor tries to get to it. It's pulled down back into the centre. Bernie Hartigan has it now. 25 yards out. He takes his shot. It's high, and it's gone wide. Gone wide. 1 minute gone, and a wide apiece. No breeze whatsoever. It's very bright. It's very warm. There's quite a sultry feeling about the place. We've had bright sunshine until a short time ago. The sun has gone in, but it is a colourful, warm, hectic, exciting, and glamour-packed scene here at Thurles. From the puck out, the ball goes out off. Bernie Hartigan out over the line for a live ball for Tip. 70 yards out from their own goal, just down in front of us, and Jimmy Campton is going to take the puck. Remember, it's a 40-minute half. Jimmy Campton's puck goes way up the field. Pat Hartigan and Roger Ryan go for it. Takes between them. Phil Bennett goes back 10 yards from his own goal line. Up towards his brother Richie. Richie puts his hand up. The plucky boy brings the ball down. Pulled on by Jim O'Donnell for Limerick. Going out close the near sideline. Jimmy Campton and Bernie Hartigan go for it together. Goes off Jimmy Campton. Took a line ball for Limerick, and it's about 50 yards out from the Tipperary goal. And the fair-haired Eamon Grimes to take the puck. He tests the spring of his stick as he comes up now. Cuts it in. Oh, a lovely cut right into the goal mouth. And it is gone. Yes, it's got into the net. It's a goal. A goal. A goal. As a line ball from Eamon Grimes was deflected into the net. It was either by Frankie Nolan or Ned Ray. It was between the two of them. A lobbing, dropping ball from Eamon Grimes crashed into the back of the net, and Limerick lead. 1 goal to no score after 2 minutes of play. Well, that was a surprise goal because goalkeeper Tyke Murphy didn't know where it was coming from. And, well, even when it's over, we're not too sure where it did come from. From the puck out, the ball comes out into the center of the field, gone back in again, and Tyke Murphy, under pressure, comes out with his clearance. And the referee, Mick Flattery, a player, racing up from about 30-40 yards out from the goal, awarding a free out the tip for, a very, shall we say, provocative type charge in by the forwards on the outcoming sidestepping Tyke Murphy, who managed to come out, who managed to sidestep, and lucky boy he was. 3 out from the parallelogram down on our left here, and the fair-haired Liam, or Tyke Murphy it is, takes the puck out to the side of the field. Seamus Hogan goes for it. Jimmy Campton goes for it. Hogan gets it up along the wing of Patrick Duckland. Back goes Eamon Grimes. Eamon Grimes for Limerick. High across the far side of the field. Under the dropping ball, Frankie Nolan. Frankie Nolan now for Limerick. About 40 yards out across to this side of the field. The ball goes into the centre. The O'Connor referee penalises Eamon Cregan for a trip there on Jim Fogarty under the 3 out for trip. 30 yards out from their own goal. Remember, Limerick lead 1 goal to no score. Early moments of this game. Jim Fogarty way out into the centre. Eamon Grimes brings it down onto his stick, and as it comes down, he gets it on his stick. Now palms it up to a one-hand swinging Bernie Hartigan. Up, pulled in the centre by Liam O'Donoghue, who misses it. Breaks out now on the far wing. Liam O'Donoghue comes across this time, gets it. Coming out for it is John Kelly. Bernie Hartigan going up for it. John up in the left corner here, and John Kelly's got it. Clears it into the centre. Seamus Hogan goes up with his hand, brings it down. Mick Rhodes comes back to help. Mick 70 yards from his own goal. Sends a high, dangerous attacking ball between Bernie Pat Hartigan and Roger Ryan. Roger Ryan's got in behind him. John Flanagan is back there. The ball is sent out to Phil Bennett. Phil Bennett's out the far side to Liam O'Donoghue. Liam O'Donoghue with his blue helmet for Limerick. Racing up the centre now. Being chased. It doesn't seem to worry him. Left-handed, lobbing ball into the goal mouth. Ball back down for the goal. And it's cleared out under all kinds of pressure by Jim Fogarty, who slips as he pulls on the ball and clears it out over the sideline for a line ball for Limerick. Limerick doing all the pressing, Limerick doing the leading after 5 minutes of play. Eamon Grimes, another one of these lobbing shots of his across the goal mouth. Full forward, Ned Ray gets his stick to it across into the centre. It's 2 shots to the far wing. Liam O'Donoghue has it for Limerick. His shot is knocked down by Len Gaynor. It comes back again to Liam O'Donoghue. He's inside the 21, he's on the ground, and there's a free. Free for Limerick on the 21-yard line. Richie Bennett coming up to take it. One of the Bennett brothers, the redder-haired of the two. Standing over the ball on the 21-yard line. There's his shot, and he sends it wide. Oh dear, right across the goal. Low, but definitely wide. No wind. Heat. Weltering heat, a huge, colourful crowd, a shirted crowd, a summer frock crowd, and Tig Murphy taking the puck out into the centre of the field, and Eamon Grimes up again for it. Taps it into the centre where Micheál gets it for Limerick. 70 yards out, another one that's got height, and it's got distance. It's dropping into the parallelogram. Out comes Tig Murphy. Forwards in after him, but he dodges through them again. Clears the ball down into the centre. Seamus Hogan gets it across to the far side, gets after it himself. Jim O'Donnell is in there. Comes out now to Nolan Dwyer. Nolan Dwyer for Tipperary, trying to get it out to Mick Rhodes. It won't go. It eventually goes over there. But Phil Bennett is out there, but so also is Mick Rhodes. Mick Rhodes in possession now, 50 yards out. A high lobbing ball into the goal mouth. It's too high, it's gone wide. And as Pat Hartigan and Roger Ryan wrestled shoulder to shoulder, that ball going over their heads and going wide. Limerick leading 1 goal to no score. Seamus Hogan with the puck out, not a very long one, dropping inside his own 70. Seamus Hogan coming up for it now for Tipperary inside the 70. He sends a shot that's gone to the left, and it's gone wide. And the cheer you hear, a rather derisive cheer from the huge Limerick contingent, and you'll hear just the same kind of derision when Limerick put one wide at the other end of the field. That's the way it was in a most exciting minor game. Won by Tipperary 5-12 to 5-4. Puck out, this one a real long one, dropping 50 yards from the Tipperary goal. Brought down by Jimmy Cantor, goes to the loose Richie Bennett. Richie from way out the field, and he had sent it wide. And the voice from the crowd says, steady up, and I think that's just what both teams want to do at this stage, because both sides have missed very valuable scoring chances in the last few minutes. Tig Murphy with the puck out, the Ross Gray man out to this side of the field, dropping on the Limerick 70. Sean Foley gets his hand to it, and the referee blows his whistle and awards a free to a free. Now they're booing and all the rest here. Sean Foley is down injured with a clash with Francis Luckman. It was not a dirty crack by any means, and Sean Foley is going to get up in just a moment. Jim O'Donnell takes the free for Limerick. Goes well upfield. Bernie Hartigan trying to bring it across, coming across this side of the field. trying to get it up in his stick, and it won't come. It still won't come. Up there for Liam O'Donoghue, who has discarded his blue helmet. And the clearance by Len Gaynor comes out over the sideline. And now Sean Foley and Francis Loughnane are sorting out just how vicious that particular pull a few moments ago was. In my book, it was a hard one, but that was it. Line ball for Limerick. It's taken by Eamon Grimes, goes up towards the corner. Eamon Cregan goes for it, not as wholeheartedly as does John Kelly, and the ball goes wide. Craig Murphy back on the goal once again. Standing way back, changing his stick for his hitting out stick now. He's one of these goalkeepers with a stopper and a hitter-outer. And the tide, this time right down the centre of the field, dropping on the Limerick 70. Eamon Grimes taps it down out to this side. Bernie Hartigan going racing after it. Pulls on it first time across to the far side. Sir Frankie Nolan pulls on it. Very short one. In now to the centre to Ned Ray. Back in where the goalkeeper gets it. Craig Murphy. But the referee has penalised the fullback. Referee has penalised fullback John Murphy, or John Kelly, I should say, for a push there on Ned Ray. And there's a free in for Limerick, dead straight in front of the goal, and Richie Bennett is going to take it. And if he hadn't taken one a few minutes ago, I'd say this is as good as a score. Richie just setting himself now. Man from Patrickswell, scooping the ball up and sending it hard and over the line. Oh, in the goal, in the goal. That was a goal, not over the bar. It was rising, and it crashed into the top of the net. A goal for Limerick. Limerick 2 goals. Tipperary, no score. That one started going low and was rising, and it looked from up here for a moment as if it was gone over the bar. It wasn't. It was gone into the net. And out comes the ball to the centre of the field again. P.J. Ryan with it for Tipperary from the halfway line. A high-dropping ball. Roger Ryan in under it. Pat Hartigan puts his hand up, and so also does Seamus Horgan. And Seamus Horgan gets the ball. Pat Hartigan gets Roger Ryan, and the ball comes out to the far side of the field. Grabbed out there by Liam O'Donoghue. Sent up now where racing across is Eamon Cregan. Across to the far side. He slips with the ball. Stands up. Trips this time, and there's a free in for Limerick. Free in for Limerick. And coming over to take it, Richie Bennett in no hurry as he walks up nice and slowly. It's about 25 yards out from the goal. Placing the ball now. Richie scoops the ball up, takes his shot and sends it over the bar. This time, no doubt, it is a point. It's way up in the air, over the bar for a point. Limerick 2 goals and 1 point, no score for Tipperary, and we make it 12 minutes gone in this first half of 40 minutes. Craig Murphy with his puck out once again into the centre of the field. The sun out again, beaming down in the sweltering heat of Thurles. A free here in the centre of the field against P.J. Ryan, and it is for Limerick. 70 yards from their own goal, and Richie Bennett, the taker of close-in ones and far-out ones, is going to take this one too. Not as much as a draft here in the way of wind. Up to Bernie Hartigan, goes up with the hand, doesn't quite hold on to it, but gets the ball on his stick as he comes down, sends it high, a shot that's gone to the left and has gone wide. Score remains, Limerick 2 goals and 1 point, Tipperary, no score. And the puck out coming from Craig Murphy, once again, who's having a very busy time. He's getting a lot more practice at pucking out than indeed is Seamus Horgan at the other end of the field. This one way down the field, Phil Bennett. Dick Roach has it now. Dick Roach up to the wing to Babs Keating. There's a free for a bit of holding there, and a free in for Tip. This one about 35 to 40 yards out, 40 yards out from the Limerick goal, right in front of it, and it is going to be taken by Francis Loughnane. Francis, the captain of the Tipperary team, their chief scorer with a goal and 9 points in the championship so far. 9 goals and 66 points he scored in the year, and he has not Yes, he has. He's got this one curled in over the bar. A point there for Francis Bucknan. Tipperary's first score of the game, and it has taken them 14 minutes to get that first score. Limerick 2 goals and 1 point, Tipperary 1 point. And Seamus Horgan, with a cap which he has donned, gets the puck out to this side of the field. Jim O'Donnell and Mick Roach going for it. Mick Roach gets inside. Jim O'Donnell is going up the field, racing away from him on the 21-yard line into Roger Ryan. Roger puts his hand up. He's got a tap there. And the referee blows his whistle and awards a free-in. A free-in, and now Pat Hartigan has gone down. Pat Hartigan has just got a crack there of a hurley as he was coming over to see how Roger Ryan was. Roger Ryan holding the top of his head, and as Pat Hartigan was bending down to find out, he got a crack of the hurley. He's all right, but there's certainly a boiling over there between full forward and full back at the moment. And the referee, Michael Slattery, he's the one that pulled the goalkeeper out by the scruff of the neck in the game against Cork with Tip, is having very strong words to both Pat Hartigan and Roger Ryan, and the best of good luck to him. 3 to Tip. Francis Bucknan to take it. 21-yard line. 10 yards to the right of the goal on our right. Francis Bucknan bends, lifts, strikes, and scores. Two points for the Tipperary men after 15 minutes of play, both scored by Francis Bucknan. Limerick leading 2-1 to Tipperary, 2 points. Ball gone back into the crowd and has been retrieved. And here comes the puck out by Seamus Horgan. A man from Tournafulla out to the far side of the field, dropping on the halfway line. Coming in there on the far side, getting it is Phil Bennett. Phil Bennett's up now to Richie Bennett. Richie up on his stick, way up the field. Ledray trying to get inside his man. Succeeds and taps it across this side, but waiting to pick up the pass. And no, the clearance is dropped down there. John Kelly's would-be clearance dropped down. Back is Jimmy Crampton. Jimmy Crampton hand pass up now to Seamus Hogan. And Seamus away in the center of the field. Out to Babs Keating on the far side. And out there too is Pat Hartigan. Roger Ryan going after him, but Pat races away. Gets the ball into the center. And as it comes out of the center of the field to P.J. Ryan, he sends a high-lobbing ball in towards the goal mouth. It's gone out over the heads of back forward cameramen and what have you, and has gone wide. 2 goals and 1 point to 2 points. Only one of those scores from play. That was Limerick's first goal. Seamus Horgan's puck out, centre field. Sun beaming down. Ball pulled down by Jim O'Donnell, right up along the left wing. Eamon Keegan doubles on it across the goal, but it's gone wide and nobody could get to it. Jim Fogarty appealing for a replacement hurley as he tried to block down that swing there by Eamon Keegan. He made smithereens, or cracked anyway, the hurley that he has at the moment, and there's a replacement being rushed in as Tyke Murphy comes up now to take the puck out. Jim O'Donnell taps the ball down, but ready for the tap down ball is Seamus Hogan. A lobbing ball in, and Babs Keating's brought it down on the 21-yard line. Babs dodging past his man, sends a high ball in, and it's gone over the bar, and Babs has scored. Babs Keating the scorer, 17 minutes gone, and that makes it 2 goals and 1 point for Limerick, 3 points for Tipperary. Babs doing a little bit of dance around as Willie Moore tried to get after him. Last 3 points of the game scored by Tip, and the first 3 scores of the game scored by Limerick. 2 of those were goals. Seamus Horgan out to the far side. Nola Dwyer taps the ball down, goes into the centre to Mick Roach. Out to the wing where Babs Keating goes out, but with Willie Moore, Babs has got it. Hand passes into Nola Dwyer, and Tipperary are really moving from 30 yards out. He sends a low ball in. It's pulled down by Roger Ryan, goes up in the air, and goes over the bar. Nola Dwyer from way out the field, sending it in. The ball doubled on, a kind of a dead heat between Pat Hartigan and Roger. The ball going up from them over the bar, making it 2-1 to 4 points in favour of Limerick. Seamus Horgan puck out into the centre of the field. Francis Bucknan going for the ball. Referee blows his whistle and awards a free to Tipperary, penalising the Limerick men for a chop down there on Francis O'Cnan. It's just about 5 yards inside the Limerick half. Seamus Hogan to take it. Standing over, wide stance, as they might say in golf. Nick Slattery, the referee, gone right into the parallelogram to see there's no shenanigans in there. John Flanagan has the ball in his hand now outside the parallelogram. He passes it back. The pass goes astray, and it goes to Richie Bennett. Gets it up on his stick, into his hand, and a long relieving clearance way up along the far wing. Ball tapped down by John Kelly. Coming across this side now is Liam O'Donoghue. Liam gets it into his hand. His puck is blocked down by Tig O'Connor, who gets the ball up into his hand. Tig now to Seamus Hogan. Seamus Hogan 50, 60, 70 yards out from his own goal. On the halfway line. Sends the ball way up the field. Ball brought down by Bab Seating. John Flanagan with it now. Sean Foley is in there after him. Back it comes to Francis O'Cnan. Out to Nola Dwyer. Nola Dwyer 10 yards out. He shot a great save. And the ball scoops out there on the wing to Phil Dennis, who is upended. And the ball goes out of Pat Hartigan. Nola Dwyer comes into him and he's upended. And there is a free in. The referee has given a free to Tipperary for the upending of Nola Dwyer. It's on the 21-yard line, about 10 yards in from the far sideline, way over on the far side of the field towards the right as we look at it. And Nola Dwyer, who has been nursing an injury for some time, limping a little bit as he comes away there, quite an amount of upending on both sides. Climax being this 21-yard free from Francis O'Cnan over on the far side of the field. Francis having a look, bending, lifting, striking, and sending the ball wide. Wide it goes. Limerick 2 goals at 1 point. Tipperary 4 points. 20 minutes gone, first half. Well, Limerick certainly got away to a dream start, but it's been Tipperary who have been doing the scoring in the last 5 or 10 minutes. The ball has gone into the crowd at the back of the stand, and what they can knock off in Croke Park, they can do likewise in Thurles. They don't have a net built up here yet. Pat Hartigan now getting a ball in from the sideline and tapping it back to Seamus Horgan in the goal. Seamus Horgan, who could be a Brooklyn Dodger from San Francisco with the cap he is on him, pucks the ball into the center of the field. In there is Francis O'Cnan. Francis O'Cnan and Sean Foley going for Francis O'Cnan. Gets past him, gets past Phil Dennis. Richie Bennett, I should say, tips the ball across into the center to Mick Roche. Mick Roche being chased by Sean Foley and by Jim O'Donnell. Had passes the ball back to Nola Dwyer. Nola Dwyer is fouled by a swinging stick over there, and there's a free for tip. Free for tip about 35 to 40 yards out from the Limerick goal, far side of the field, and Francis O'Cnan coming to take it. Francis, who has already scored 2 of the 4 Tipperary points. Setting himself now. Bending, lifting, and sending it high, and sending it over the bar for another Tipperary point. And now it's 2 goals at 1 point for Limerick. That's 7 points to Tipperary's 5. 2 points between them. And what was all Limerick in the first 10 minutes, for the last 10 minutes, it's been all Tip. And speaking of time, 22 minutes gone, almost 23 in this first half. Seamus Horgan standing well back now to take the puck out. Slouches down as he comes up to take it. Now sends it high into the center of the field out the far side. Back to the Ash far side. Phil Bennett tries to get to it, doesn't. Mick Roche does. Mick Roche across this side of the field. In the center now. Phil Bennett's getting his hand to the ball. Passes it with his hand to Richie Bennett. Richie again with the hand. This is more like handball than hurling. But it's well placed up as Eamon Grimes attempts to go left. Goes right into the center. Sends a high dropping ball in towards the goal mouth. Eamon Cregan pulls it out. The goal! Moss Dowling at Walter finished it. Eamon Cregan pulls out at Moss Dowling at Walter finished it. And that makes the score. Goals at 1 point, Tipperary 5. Moss Dowling, who has gone left corner forward. Eamon Krieger has come out centre half forward on the Limerick team, and it was Moss who finished that one in. But now it's Tipperary in the attack again. Nick Roche with the ball. Again, hand passing into the centre. Hand passing. Ball pulled on by Sean Foley. Up to Eamon Grimes. Eamon Grimes out the far side to Liam O'Donoghue. Liam O'Donoghue way out the far side with John Gleeson's gone back for the ball. He's being chased back there by Frankie Nolan. But the tip man gets his puck in, the shortest one to Len Gaynor. Len Gaynor up along the far wing where Nolan Dwyer is under it with Bill Dennis. And the referee penalises the Limerick man for a push in the back. Three goals at 1 point for Limerick, 5 points for Tip. Free to be taken by Seamus Hogan over on the far side of the field. Just inside the 70-yard line, about 5 or 6 yards inside the 70-yard line, right out at the sideline. He lifts a good follow-through, but yes, it's gone over the bar, dropped down just over the bar for a point for Tip to make the score now. Limerick 3 goals at 1 point to Tipperary's 6 points. A lovely taken free there, just dropping over onto the top of the net, and a very effectively taken point for Tip. Seamus Hogan with the puck out into the centre of the field it comes. And Nick Roche, who's going back to help the centre field, going back, getting the ball on his stick, up along the right wing now, but it's gone off his stick for a line ball for Limerick. There's no doubt that Nick Roche, the gambit of Nick moving out from centre half forward to help in the dropping ball, because we all know that nowadays, well, centre field men don't really man the actual centre field in hurling, because so many goalkeepers can puck the ball way over their heads that an effective assistance moving back from a half forward can be very, very effective indeed. And here's Liam O'Donoghue for Limerick across into the centre. Out on the far side, Ned Ray trying to get to it. And the ball being grabbed and sent over the bar by Frankie Nolan. Frankie Nolan over the bar for a point there. Ned Ray trying to get to it, let it run to Frankie Nolan. Frankie getting it up in his stick over the bar to make the score now. Limerick 3 goals and 2 points. That is 11 points to Tipperary's 6, and 26 minutes gone in the first half. And the larceny that took place on the town goal on our right has now taken place at the Killinen goal on our left. A glorious day here, sun beaming down, the grass, well, looking like carpet, and well, the whole place looking as if it's got floor-to-ceiling people, and out on the far side, the Devil's Bet and so forth, and that ends the tourist talk of the Munster Hurling final. The ball has been thrown in from the sideline, and Tyke Murphy now has it about to take the puck out. And here it comes. Into the centre of the field. Pulled down by P.J. Ryan. Stalemate in the centre of the field. Liam O'Donoghue across to this side, but over the line ball for Tip. Just inside their own 70, Jimmy Crampton to come over and take it. Jimmy with the socks down around his ankles here. Another one of the Ross Gray men on the team. Low ball into P.J. Ryan, very quickly snapped up by Eamon Grimes to Richie Dennis. Richie Dennis across to Frankie Nolan. Ned Ray going out for it on the far side with John Kelly. Going out there too, and pulling on it is Moss Dowling. Moss Dowling doesn't get it when he pulls on, but he does come up into his hand. He's being tackled by Jim Fogarty out there. Jim Fogarty blocks down his shot. They're out near the corner flag. Jim Fogarty now in control out there, or in possession anywhere, but the referee has penalised Limerick for a swing across there from the back, and there is a free out for Tip from the corner flag right out on the far side of the field, and it is being taken by John Gleeson. Down into the centre of the field. P.J. Ryan across to Seamus Hogan, to Mick Roche. Pulling on it is Phil Dennis out to this side. Bernie Hartigan and Jimmy Crampton going for it together. Bernie gets there, gets it up now to Eamon Grimes running onto it. Coming out is Jim Fogarty. For Tip and the Tip man gets it into his hand and sends it downfield. Jim O'Brien in under it. Two Tip men collide here just in front of us. John Flanagan, who's come out the field, gets that one, sends it across the bat, skating on the far side. Gabb goes up in the air, grabs the ball into his hand, takes a shot, and he's sent it over the bar for a lovely Babb skating point. Babb, who scored 3 goals and 4 points against Limerick 2 years ago in Killarney, has now scored 2 points against Limerick here at Thurles to make the score 3 goals and 2 points for Limerick, 7 points for Tipperary after almost 29 minutes of play in the first half. Remember, 40 minutes in each half. Len Gaynor getting the ball from the puck out into the centre. Ball pulled on almost against himself there by Jim O'Donnell. He lost ground about 10 yards, pulling on the ball, sending it across this way, but he no doubt thought that better than letting Mick Roach get a hold of it. Anyway, there's a line ball for Seamus Hogan and Tipperary just inside there. The Limerick 70-yard line, just in under us here, sends it into the centre to Mick Roach. Mick gets it into his hand, taps it on his stick, then takes a shot across into the centre, lobbing in under it there. Roger Ryan trying to get his boot to it. He does get his boot to it. Back to Francis McNaughton, his shot, and the ball has got into the net. The ball gone into the net as Roger Ryan on the ground kicked the ball back to Francis McNaughton, and Francis sent a harmless-looking shot that he half hit in towards the goal, but one of those deceptive ones that can deceive so many goalkeepers along the ground. It hopped over Seamus Hogan's stick, and the score is now 3-2 for Limerick, 1-7 for Tipperary. That is 11 points to 10. 30 minutes gone, first half. Ball out the far side. Willie Moore to Jim O'Donnell. Jim O'Donnell way upfield. Ball breaks in the centre. Len Gaynor in possession is fouled, and there is a free for Tipperary halfway line over far side of the field. Seamus Hogan to take it. Tip playing from left to right. Francis McNaughton gone in right corner forward, and Sean Foley gone left full back for Limerick. As this ball lobs into the goal mouth, Sean Foley gets his chest to it somewhere. The referee penalises the forwards for being up in the air before the ball came in, and there is a free out from just outside the parallelogram for Limerick, and the free will be taken by Pat Hartigan. And the tall Pat with a long puck out, or a free out, dropping about 30 yards out from the Tipperary goal to his brother Bernie. Bernie gets it, sends it into the centre. It's blocked down by Jimmy Crampton. Jimmy Crampton, a high clearance, is coming 70 yards out from the Limerick goal. Jim O'Donnell is under. It goes off his stick over the line ball for Tip. Halfway line, down in under us. Eamon Grimes is willing to take it, but the linesman says, no, Eamon, you don't. It's a ball for Seamus Hogan and Tip. And a shortish one goes into Phil Bennett, or Richie Bennett. Richie Bennett for Tip, up to Moss Dowling. Moss Dowling doesn't get it. Jim Fogarty does. Jim Fogarty out this side where the ball is taken off a Tipperary stick by Bernie Hartigan. Goes into the centre. Comes out now by Jim Fogarty to this side of the field. John Flanagan has gone right half forward for Tipperary. Gets the ball. Gets the ball back to Jim Hogan, to Seamus Hogan. He sends it upfield where Sean Foley is going to clear it away upfield, but Mick Roach comes in, taps it down as he's going to hit it, and there's a line ball for Limerick. 60 yards out from their own goal. Jim O'Brien to take it. Low one up along the sideline here. Richie Bennett's trying to get to it. Jimmy Crampton is in there. Eamon Grimes shovels it out to Bernie Hartigan, who tries to tap it out to Eamon Cregan. Doesn't tap it where he intends. It goes up along the left wing. Moss Dowling is back there. So is Jim Fogarty for Tip. The Tip man is through. Ball comes loose now to Eamon Grimes. Eamon Grimes is shot from a very awkward angle, and it has gone wide. Umpires looking at one another there. I thought for one moment they were going to put it up, but we were in a perfect line behind the striker Eamon Grimes, and there's no doubt it went not a foot but 5 yards wide. 3-2 for Limerick, 1-7 for Tip. Tyke Murphy into the centre of the field, 70 yards out from the Limerick goal. Ball blocked down by Jim O'Donnell, out to the far side where the referee has blown his whistle and awards a free to Tip. Eamon Cregan has gone back up now to top of the left, and Moss Dowling gone back centre half forward for for Limerick. And I don't know what you're hearing, what I'm hearing on my headphones. You're not. Somebody having a conversation about being locked out here, and I say there were quite a number of people being locked out around here today because the crowd is absolutely gigantic. And quite a delay about the taking of this free. And, well, The taker didn't lift it, and the taker was Tig O'Connor, cut it along the ground, comes down to P.J. Ryan. He takes his shot and he is sent it wide, and he holds his hand up to his head in a certain amount of disappointed dismay. Whatever kind of other dismay there is, I don't know, but that's what he had anyway. Limerick 3-2, Tipperary 1-7. Seamus Horgan out to the far side. Phil Bennett, one hand, connects all right, but doesn't keep the ball in, adds to its speed going out over the sideline, and a line ball for Tip. The tempo has slowed down more than somewhat, but to hurl in the heat that's here today for 80 minutes is quite a task and quite a test on the stamina of these 30 men. Line ball way downfield. Oh, Jim O'Donnell tries to lift it up. Doesn't succeed in doing so. Ball goes loose to John Flanagan. John Flanagan trying to find a Tipperary man to tip it out to. He tips it out, but it's intercepted by Sean Foley. Sean Foley to Moss Dowling, who pulls on the ball and misses it. That goes Tig O'Connor for Tipperary, 50 yards from his own goal. A high ball out to the left wing, pulled on out there and grabbed by Babs Keating. Babs into his hand and a high shot, and it's over the bar. The sides are level, and Babs Keating is playing like a fella called Babs Keating, grabbing that ball in the air, and as he landed, he turned and swung. He didn't even look to see if it was gone over the bar. He knew it was. The sides are level. Limerick 3-2, Tipperary 1-8, 11 points each, 35 minutes gone in the first half. A game that's truly a test of stamina. From the puck out, Liam O'Donoghue to Eamon Grimes. Eamon going up this side of the field. A low ball in towards the goal. Jim Fogarty blocks it down for Tip. Gets it up into his hand. Out to this side of the field. Gone over the sideline. And there's a line ball for Limerick. And the fair-haired Eamon Grimes, right knee bandaged as it was through training, takes in the cut, and in it goes right into the goal mouth. Jim Fogarty off his chest. Comes out towards Tig O'Connor. Tig brings it a little bit further out. Bernie Hartigan gets it out, of all things, getting it down the field as an intended pass to one of his men. It does go to Eamon Grimes, who by now has raced across to the far side of the field. His puck is knocked down by Mick Roach. Mick Roach back to P.J. Ryan. P.J. Ryan back to Mick Roach. Mick Roach has lost his stick. P.J. Ryan has come nipping in. He's got the ball on his stick, and from the halfway line sends another one of these lobbing, dropping balls in towards the goal mouth. It's blocked down by one of the backs. It's going dithering around loose. Roger Ryan has tightened it up there. Babs Keating has come across in possession now from the far side. Back to John Flanagan. John Flanagan flips it. He's going to take his clearance out, and the ball is cleared out to this side of the field by Willie Moore, very near the sideline. Kept him play by P.J. Ryan. P.J. Ryan across in towards the goal. It's a goal! It's a goal by Francis McMahon. Francis McLeod in under the dropping ball as P.J. Ryan sent it in. It was just like the first goal that Limerick got. Turned in midair and sent into the back of the net, and now Tipperary lead 2 goals and 8 points to Limerick 3 goals and 2, and Francis McMahon has scored 2 goals and 3 points of the Tipperary total. From the puck out, it's Tipperary again. Mick Roach coming up the field, trying to get the ball up in his stick. It won't come at first. It does eventually into the goal mouth. And it's Seamus Horgan in possession, being well protected, but the referee awarding a free against Roger Ryan for tunnelling, and there is a free out from just outside the parallelogram, and if Pat Hartigan brings it any further out, it'll be on the 21-yard line. Anyway, it's just outside the parallelogram, and it's for Limerick. Just over 2 minutes left in the first half. Under the dropping ball, Jimmy Crampton brings it down. Eamon Grimes gets it for Limerick. He's swinging it along the ground. He taps it into the centre, pulling on it is Eamon Cregan. It's saved by Tig Murphy. Comes out a little bit. The forwards are in after him, and it goes off one of the forwards out over the end line and wide. Eamon Grimes, architect of many attacks, setting that one moving. It looked as if Eamon Cregan really connected with the ball that came his way, that he might have pressed to the net. He sent it in. Tig Murphy saved it well, and then in dithering in front of the goal, the ball out over the end line, off a Limerick forward and wide. Jim O'Donnell going up for it. Switches in the Tipperary team. Mick Roach, of all things, top of the left. Babs Keating, centre half forward. P.J. Ryan with the ball now, just inside the Limerick 70. A dropping ball down that goes off Sean Foley's stick. Pat Hartigan trying to get to it. Sean Foley with the ball now on his stick out on the far side of the field. Sends a high relieving clearance. Moss Dowling in under it. Deflects it out to the far wing, but there's nobody there that's wearing a green jersey. There is one in a blue and gold. It's Len Gaynor. Len Gaynor up along the far wing to Nolo Dwyer. Nolo Dwyer with the ball on his stick. Passes the ball into the centre to Francis. Gets the scores Luckman. And Francis Luckman does it again. A point by Francis Luckman. You could see it coming from way back. Francis placing himself perfectly to send over the bar to make it now Tipperary 2-9, Limerick 3-2, and we are in the final minute of the first half. 15 points for Tip, 11 points for Limerick, who led for so long. But this second 40 minutes, this should be a real humdinger. Pat Hartigan's puck out into the centre of the field. P.J. Ryan with it now. Tipperary men taking over in the centre of the field. Up to John Flanagan, who's gone back in as top of the right. Jim O'Brien getting it for Limerick across to the far side. Referee looking at his watch. Ball breaks down now far side to Moss Dowling. Moss 60 yards out. Sends a high ball that's dropping out towards the left. Eamon Keegan is in under, gets his hand to it, keeps the ball in play. He's on the 10 yards now. He's trying to get inside Jim Fogarty. He's brought down, and there is a free in for Limerick from the 21-yard line, and it is about 10 yards to the left of the goal on our left. And coming up to take it, Richie Bennett. Eamon Grimes calling for a mouth rinse, but the referee telling him, don't worry, Eamon, when this ball is hit, it's half time. Up comes the ball, down comes the shot, it's hard, it's knocked down by Tig Murphy, and there goes the half-time whistle. And the ball, the ball did come out to Eamon Grimes. He did crash it into the net, but the whistle had gone well before the half-time whistle. Well, the crowd showing their appreciation. Just listen. The people came to Thurles expecting an exciting Munster Hurling final, and up to now they certainly have not been disappointed. It started very fast and very furious, and there's no doubt that the tempo slowed down as the first half progressed. But who could keep up the terrific pace that they set themselves in the heat of this first half? The halftime score, 2 goals and 9 points, 2 goals and 9 points for Tipperary, 3 goals and 2 points for Limerick, and the chief Tipperary scorer, Francis Luckman. And I'm certainly looking forward to the second half of this game, and I do hope that you are too.